yesterday I planted my curry trees and let them grow into saplings overnight. They've definitely had plenty of time now, so I'm going to clear this dead tree in Brimhaven and plant one here. Then I'm going to get myself over to the stronghold and clear the fruit tree from there. I'm mostly doing this one just for a backup because knowing my luck, one of these trees will definitely die on me. And you know what, actually, let's just plant a third one too. Better to be safe than sorry and all that. And now that that's done, I can open my clues for my AFK mining overnight. I've got an easy, a medium and a beginner, but I don't actually fancy doing any of those steps right now, so I'm going to dual ring to Castle Wars and then take the balloon over to Varric and replace all my birdhouses instead. While I'm here, I'm actually going to hit these rocks for a while too to get my stack of volcanic ash up because I'm going to use that to make ultra compost. And with enough for a few compost bins in my inventory, I went about doing these clues finally. Starting in Alcard for the easy and then straight to Port Khazard, and then the next step was back and flipping Alcard again. But thankfully that was for the casket this time. Next I'm going to do the medium, which starts off in Falador and then it's straight to the zoo in Ardy. The next step for this one was in Hesidius, so I decided to switch to the beginner instead because that was just a dig step near Varric. Then it was to Charlie, who just wanted iron ore, so it was straight back to where I was again. Now we've got a Reldo step, so I'm hopping on the stones and searching in the ground in the cow pen, and that got me the casket that I needed. Back on the final clue again, which was over in Hesidius, and that step ended in the casket anyway. But instead of opening those, I decided to mine some more stars until I got 2 more clues, because 5's a nice number, isn't it? And after not too long I got a beginner and a medium. I did all of the steps for both of those and then got stuck on this last one in Falador because I need this song called Devil May Care, and I didn't bother checking before I got here, but I don't actually have access to it. I had to go all the way over here to unlock it, and it wasn't even the last step of the clue. I needed a mithril chain body, green d'hide chaps and a ruby amulet next. Green d'hide I think I can buy. A ruby amulet requires 50 crafting, which is 5 more than what I have, but it's also a 1 out of 50 drop from HAM Storerooms, and I'm 10 smithing levels off that mithril chain body, but thankfully I can buy one of those too, and it's right here in Falador. I grabbed that and then chronicled over to Varric to buy the green d'hide chaps. I definitely don't have that 5 level grind in me right now for crafting, so I am going to do the storerooms instead. But I spent near half an hour trying to get into this flipping trapdoor. I thought that maybe it was because I wasn't wearing my ham robes, so I went all the way back to the lumpy basement bank, stopping on the way to check on this tree, which upped my farming level to 49. I grabbed the ham robes and geared up in them and then tried again, but it still wouldn't work. I started looking around for different trapdoors when I realised what I was actually doing wrong. All I needed to do was right click. After picking the lock, I was finally able to enter, and I could reach into these guys' pockets and start thieving myself some keys. And this is when I realised that the keys are a 1 out of 10 drop on top of the 1 out of 50 for the amulet, so that 5 crafting levels is starting to sound so much better. But I stuck to my initial plan, grabbed my first 13 keys and then started opening caskets. In my first 5 bronze keys, I got an emerald necklace, an emerald ring, a sapphire amulet, a sapphire necklace, some coins, more coins and a gold necklace. So far not good, but I still have 5 iron keys and 3 steel keys left in this inventory. My iron keys got me a sapphire ring, amulet and necklace and a gem, coins, a gold ring, a sapphire necklace, amulet ring and gem again, then the same thing for the 3rd time, and finally a diamond necklace. I'm really hoping that these 3 steel keys are lucky for me so I don't have to go back and do the thieving again. My first steel key got me a gold ring, and the second got me a sapphire ring, sapphire amulet and a sapphire necklace. Then my 3rd and final key got me a sapphire necklace and a ruby amulet. Now I could finally do that medium clue, so I grabbed the rest of the stuff from my bank. I've literally spent all day just doing clues, but that was about to be over. With all the pieces in my inventory, I started to put them on, and that's when I realised I can't wear these damn trousers. They require 40 ranged and I am level 26. So I had a bit of a breakdown over this for a while and then took myself to Varric to buy a bow and some arrows. I literally had no clue what to do next, so I just walked towards the Ankus and the stronghold of security because that's what my slayer task is. I tried to attack from a safe spot, but somehow I just ended up running after it, so I just left outside the gate. I somehow sorted my shit out even though I don't quite understand those mechanics, and started attacking the Ankus, which was miserable to watch. It took me ages to even kill one of these things with my bow. I leveled up to 27 range after what felt like ages and then pieced out before I went insane. I angrily clicked on the medium clue to leave it in my bank for a while instead and tried to improve my mood by opening the 4 caskets that I did already have. In the first beginner, I got a measly 3 runes. Chaos runes, but still, that's only worth 186 coins. And in the next beginner, I got 24 air runes, a hard leather body and some arrows, worth 172 coins. Worse than the flipping clue before. I was praying for a clog on this easy clue, and sure enough, the game gave me a coif and a black plate body. No clog, no dopamine, no happiness. The medium clue was my absolute last hope. And inside this final casket, I got 15 law runes, 55 water, 157 fire, and an adamant full helm. Pure crap. But I do think that adamant helm is actually not my business slot. After the hack of those clues, I just cried into my curry leaves in Brimhaven. It only gave me 6 curry leaves, which wasn't enough, so I went to the other one that I planted near the Gnome Tree Village, and of course it was dead. I'm glad that I planted 3 for exactly this reason, so I'm praying that the stronghold one is safe, and sure enough it was actually healthy. I picked the leaves off it and then went into the guild. I used the volcanic ash that I got earlier on my compost bin in here, planted my watermelon seeds for this Mauritania Easy Diary, paid the protection for the patch with the curry tree leaves that I had, and then I used this compost on it to be extra sure as well. I started grabbing the rest from the bin and putting it in the leprechaun's bank, and while I'm here anyway, I think it's about time that I did my farming contract. I collected my cabbages, got my seed pack, and got a new contract to grow rosemary. I raked the patch, planted it here, watered it, and ultra composted it. Then I logged out for the weekend to let my watermelons grow.